Welcome to Wonder Woman Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, and today I am fixing Trinity. Now, I'm going to be doing a couple of things here. My primary focus here is this is how I would introduce Trinity, the daughter of Wonder Woman, thus, fixing her. If I could reintroduce her, or if I was the one that was introducing her, here's how I would do it to avoid whatever the hell King is writing. So here's step one. Steve is not involved at all, or even her father. In other words, forget Steve. Because if you're going to do the Clay origin, it's really important that it's just Diana, because that way you mirror her birth via Clay from her mother. Because the important thing about that is it's like, for lack of a better term, I know Britt has said this on the Super Wonder show. She said Diana is, for the most part, the perfect woman because she was not touched by a man's seed. So it's essentially what you do is you make it so Diana makes her from clay, straight up the way it normally was. In fact, here's what you do. You do literally the Wonder Woman 2009 animated movie where she forms the baby, cuts her finger, blood gets on the baby, as on the forehead. She raises the child. Lightning comes down, like the gods imbue the child with life and then powers, and then that's how you birth Trinity. Number two, drop the attitude, because this Trinity showed up, and in her first appearance in Wonder Woman 800, she shows up and she's she's blasting John and Damien like she was late, but then she showed up as excuse me for being late. I was dealing with 5 crises. Maybe if you were doing this instead of standing around, you would be late too. And I'm like, stop it. Or when she showed up, when they're in the cave, and he goes, there are 3 challenges. You can pick one, or I could do all 3 of them, and that would honestly be easier. And I go, shut up. And the last part is where she meets the Sovereign, and she goes, I am Elizabeth Marston Prince, blah, 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 leader of the Justice League. And I go, I'm sorry. It's even if the Justice League is just her, Damien and John should be the leaders, not her. She's the newbie. So drop the attitude and become more humble. How's that? Number 3, it builds off of that. She's mentored by John and Damien. Instead of the cringe babysitter stories with that, you want to see more of her growing up, maybe having a little bit of a imposter complex because she's the daughter of Wonder Woman, who is one of the most revered heroes, and she wonders if she can ever live up to her mother's example. And then Batman, and then Damien and John go, as the subject matter experts on not living up to your to the examples of your parents. The important thing is that you keep trying, and they're helping her become worthy of the title Wonder Woman, because currently she isn't worthy. Then you get to her mini-series, because here is the biggest thing about the mini-series, Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman. It's called Daughter of Wonder Woman, but King himself said it's about fathers and daughters. Even if you look at the cover for the last issue, or the issue that's recently coming out, it is pretty much exclusively just about it has the 3 versions of Trinity and just Steve Trevor in the background. Diana's not present. Diana has not shown up in this series since issue, I think it's 3, where it's the Cerberus. She gets eaten by Cerberus over and over and over again. It's made of his joke just so Trinity can get a pep talk by Steve Trevor. And I'm at least write. So my idea, here's the way I would do the Trinity mini-series. Each issue, and first off, it's all about Diana and Trinity. And second off, so each issue is going to be dealing with Diana and Trinity at a different point in her development. Diana, the first issue can be Diana adjusting to raising a baby, and she's adjusting to being a mother. Issue 2 is Diana as a toddler, and being her introducing the title to the Justice League and the Wonder Girls especially, and it's you get all that fun stuff. Issue 3 is Trinity as basically a kid running around the island, basically being kid Diana, and Diana can go, is this what I was like with my mother? And it's that. issue 5, I think I'm at 5. Yeah, I'm at 5. Is Trinity as a teenager, and you could have a little bit of the rebellious thing, but don't go too far on that. Or it's like Trinity training to become Wonder Woman. She goes, I eventually want to live up to your example. And then issue 5 is the contest where Diana finally retires and becomes like the queen, or like a servant of Themyscira, essentially. In other words, she stops being Wonder Woman. And then Trinity wins the contest, and it's Diana saying, I have seen many go through this contest, but none have made me as proud as you have, my daughter. And then she becomes Wonder Woman. That's how you end it. And then issue 5, point 5, I want to say, she doesn't interact with any other characters other than the Wonder People for her first year. Because here's the thing. The other problem with the Trinity series is that it's all other people other than the Wonder Girls. And I'm like, okay, if like they're all dead, let's say, then you shouldn't have killed them all. Because here's the thing. Because yes, in the alternate future where Trinity exists, she's the last surviving Amazon. But anyway, but it's like, if you didn't do that, you could have the Wonder Girls each taking a turn with Trinity, instead of like using Selena to basically say Diana's a bad mom, talk about Diana's toxic parenting skills, and like have like Mongols show up and stuff in this issue. I mean, no, I don't want to hear, oh, it's cute. No, it's stupid. That's what it is, because she's the daughter of Wonder Woman, and there's no Wonder Woman characters in a series called Daughter of Wonder Woman. That's not normal. But rant aside, that's what I'm going to do. Those are my five ways I would reintroduce Trinity, or introduce her, period, or really introduce a daughter of Wonder Woman in general, and make it more long lasting, if you will, instead of like, because the way I see it, Trinity in and of herself is pretty much like a character that's on borrowed time. I don't really see, as of yet, this character lasting this long. It could be, I could be wrong, but as it stands now, unless this character goes through heavy like revisions, I don't see this lasting long. But on that, I'm going to leave it here. Stay heroic, everyone. Remember, if you become a member, you get access to these a day early, and be sure to become, but you also become a member because you get access to my reading log, which should be coming out this week. And you also get to directly support the channel, and consider backing Athena, the goddess of thunder. There should be a link to it in the description, and I will play the trailer before we log off. Anyway, Steve Trevor is Steve Never. He belongs at the bottom of the ocean in a hydraulic press. Zoe is the Maximat for life. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
My home has been invaded, my people slaughtered, and I could not do anything to stop it. Not again. I will not lose another home, another family. I am Princess Lyra of the planet Centragon, Athena, the goddess of thunder, and this is my story.